What's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. Championship in hand. Raw. Red shirt on. Only means one thing. It's the Monday Night Raw review. They started off by recapping what happened in the last couple of weeks, but there was no promo to start off Monday Night Raw. There was actually just a match. They went straight to a match, which is kind of refreshing because we only been seeing that on SmackDown, but now we get to see it on Raw. But yeah, they went straight to the match, which is the New Day and Jey Uso versus Imperium, and that match was good. That was a good way to open the show. A good opening match. I loved it. It was a little bit of a slow pickup because the fans were into it, but they really got into it like towards the middle part of it. Around the time Jay slapped Gunther. This was where Jay was the legal man. I think it was like Gunther and Kofi. He had Kofi in the sharpshooter, and or not the sharpshooter, the Boston Crab, or the Walls of Jericho, as you will. But yeah, when he was in that position, I almost forgot there. He was in that position. He was taunting Jay, and when Jay got in and smacked him, they got into a shoving match in each other's face. That's when the crowd got into it, for really into it, and from there it picked up, and it was just the best thing ever. New Day and Jay got the win here with Jay pinning Giovanni, and I would have loved for him to pin Gunther, because it wouldn't have done anything to Gunther to get pinned in the tag team match. But hey, it was still a good match, and we found out that next week Jay will have a chance at Gunther and the Intercontinental Championship. The next match was Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. In my SmackDown review, I kept saying I couldn't remember if I was missing people in that list of qualifiers they had out. It was Bobby Lashley. I was missing Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, Ivar, and I said LA Knight, but it was Bronson Reed, Ivar, and Bobby Lashley that I was missing. Told you I was missing about 2 or 3 people. But yeah, this was a good big man versus muscle man match. They did let Bronson Reed sign here, and that's it. Once the finish came, you understood why, because okay, you gotta get him something. You gotta throw him some type of bone. So they let him shine here against Bobby Lashley, but in the end, Bobby Lashley took him out with a spear. 1, 2, 3 later, Bobby Lashley is going to Perth at Elimination Chamber. But yeah, you could tell by Bobby Lashley winning, they had to throw him a bone. That's why they made him look good here. At least in my opinion. We got a Sami Zayn promo where he talked about his setbacks and that he was a little bit embarrassed that he been saying that he's going to do this and then losing matches. But he still have his confidence in himself that's taken him this far into the main event of WrestleMania last year and all that, and that he will find his way and find his road to being a world champion. He would get interrupted by Shinsuke Nakamura, who basically would taunt him and saying that he was trying to get sympathy from the people, trying to manipulate the people and feeling sorry for him. And that he was going to lose later on in the main event match. Then later on, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn would have I couldn't get his name out. Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes had a promo later on in the night, just basically telling each other they'll have each other's backs. Let's see. Cody Rhodes then would come out. Remember I said the one with Sami Zayn and Cody is later on in the night, but this is the actual first time of the night that Cody Rhodes come out. He'll come out for his promo that's been advertised throughout the whole day, and he basically come out and say that he made his decision based off of us. We was the reason why he chose to fight Roman Reigns, and that he would and he addressed The Rock, telling The Rock that I wasn't being disrespectful to your family or your bloodline. I would just all I said was that they would be ashamed of Roman Reigns or how disrespectful he's been. But it's but he was saying, yeah, you took that as a chance to hit me because, like I said, I wasn't being disrespectful. He said, even though your cousin Roman has been constantly disrespecting me and my father, despite him disrespecting my father, I still wasn't being disrespectful to y'all. But since you took that as an opportunity to smack me, now the next time I see you, I'm going to hit back. Then Seth Rollins will come out and basically tell Cody that he understands that why he chose Roman, why he chose him. Cause as much as he would have loved to face Cody in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, he understood why you gotta finish the story, your father's story. You gotta finish the story. I understand that, but what is your plan? Because nothing has changed for real from last year. He still got Jimmy, he still got Solo, Paul Heyman in his corner. They screwed you last year, and now it only got worse because now The Rock is in his corner. The Rock is in his corner. I'm sorry about that. Somebody was calling me. The Rock was in his corner, and now that makes the ceiling higher, the brass ring higher. And now, what are you going to do to stop that? And that he's partially to blame for who Roman is. There's a part of the Shield. They came out here in the tap vest trying to make a change. And then he said he's the reason for what happened to Roman, but he could never imagine the monster that Roman would have become. And that he tells Cody, I will be your shield. You don't have to do it alone. I will be your shield against Roman and The Rock. And that's how they basically ended the promo. Also, I forgot Cody, before Seth Rollins started talking, Cody said, before we even get to go on whatever this is, I just want to thank you for having my back at the press conference. And then Cody, that's when Seth started talking. Let's see. We would get another elimination qualifying match. I forgot Bobby Lashley was a qualifying match as well. Well, I kind of alluded to it. But Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. And this was a good, fun little match with Liv Morgan picking up the victory here. Nothing too special when she will qualify for the... She will qualify, and then they announced that there's one more match, a qualifying match, and then the last spot goes into a last chance match, battle royal for the final spot in that Elimination Chamber match. And if you was paying attention, WWE.com leaked their own match by accident, and they leaked who was going to be in that last chance because despite what they showed on Raw, they leaked that Jade Cargill was going to be in that last chance battle royal. And it's rumored that not only did they accidentally leak it, they said that leak also revealed that she was going to win it. So I didn't get to see it, but I read the reports on it, and they said not only did they leak her, they leaked that she was going to win it too. But is we about to be honest here? Did any of us didn't think Jay was going to be in the Elimination Chamber match? I for one, when she after Royal Rumble, I said she was going to be in that Elimination Chamber match. All right. Getting back on track here, we have JD McDonough versus R-Truth, and this is brought on the fact that they was walking in the back and R-Truth, well, I guess it was already set up, but because they just went straight to it after this promo, and R-Truth basically was walking with him like he was part of the group, and they fed up with him, and Damian Priest told him that, he put it to a plain and simple. Everything that we have done to you was not like some type of initiation, not this and that. Now he said not even the pre-jump in this. And he said no, none of that. We were just beating you up because we don't like you. You was never part of it. You were never part of Judgment Day. That shirt is not really a part of Judgment Day merchandise. We never wanted you a part of it. All those beatings were just us beating you up and hoping that you would get the point. We wasn't initiating you nothing. So he said, let me get this clear as day to you. Tonight's match is going to be a massacre. I'm like, holy crap. Did he say massacre? Yeah, he said. I think he said it was gonna be a massacre or something to those effect. And then that's when we jump into this. And this was a fun little match, and then a fun twist because the last time R-Truth and JD we had a match together, R-Truth got the victory here, but JD McDonough ended up coming out with the victory with some help from with some slight little distractions from the rest of Judgment Day. But in the end, JD McDonough would get the victory over R-Truth, and then they would begin to their all-out assault on Truth, just beating him up, stomping him in the ring, and he would get saved by DIY. And then they would have a funny backstage promo where he mistaken DIY for DX. We did get Becky Lynch. We did get a Becky Lynch promo. By the way, I want to add that for those who don't know or wasn't paying attention or missed it, when they came back for commercial break, after they did Becky Lynch coming up next, they saw Becky Lynch's little end card graphics before they go to commercial. When they came back for commercial, Nikki Cross was right with Nikki Cross when they sold this. I told my friends this, but when they sold the outside of the arena after they came back from commercial break, doing what the commentary team was doing, if we didn't notice, Nikki Cross was walking. It was the woman in the dress walking across the screen, and you knew it was her because she was doing that slow, creepy ass walk, and what further made you know that was Nikki Cross was that they had some random people who was probably leaving the arena early. You could tell they was all going in one direction, and all of a sudden they just split for some reason. Like the person behind the camera had to tell them like go this way, without breaking what they were seeing on what we were seeing on camera, because they didn't want protected Nikki. They didn't want the fans walking directly into it, because they was about like the two closest people was about to literally walk into Nikki, and then the people who walked past her didn't even notice that was Nikki Cross. But getting back on track here, Becky basically came out and talked about the sacrifices that she made being a WWE superstar, the stuff that she got to miss, the weddings and the times with the family, even her own father's funeral, and that it's all going to be worth it though when she wins the Elimination Chamber match and go on to win the Elimination Chamber match and then go on to WrestleMania, as I said, and win the Women's World Championship. This will bring out Nia Jax, who will come out and pretend to sympathize with her and basically tell her that she hopes that one day she could be a mother like her, that her daughter is lucky to have a mother like her, and that she believes that she truly believes that that Becky is going to win the Elimination Chamber, but it just won't be Rhea who she'll be facing at WrestleMania. It'll be her. And after she beat Rhea at the Elimination Chamber, but Rhea's music would hit, and Rhea would just storm the ring and get into a brawl with Nia. It's worth mentioning here that Becky had like a drink, like a lemonade in her hand, like a big cup of lemonade, and she sat back in the corner basically drinking and watching the two fight. But Nia would push Rhea into Becky. But Becky would stop it, but then Nia would splash both Rhea and Becky, spilling the drink everywhere on them. And she would take out Rhea. She would try to take out Rhea, but in the end, both Rhea and Becky took out Nia and sent her packing. And all of them standing tall with Rhea yelling at Nia that you would have to kill me to take my title. When we get the final qualifying match of the night, which is LA Knight versus Ivar, which was a fun little match. Nothing too special here either. Like, I will say this, like, the crowd, when it comes to these matches, the crowd was into it. Like, the crowd wasn't really into the Liv versus Zoe that much, but they was into the LA Knight and Ivar. They was really invested into it for the Cody Rhodes promo. Anything Cody, they was there for it. It was a couple of few things, and this was being one of them, that they was into it, mostly just because of LA Knight. If it wasn't for the fact that it was LA Knight, they wouldn't have been in this match and all, been into this match at all. But LA Knight did his thing here. Valhalla tried to play some outside interference and cause LA Knight the match, but LA Knight would hit the BFT and get the victory. Then we get the main event, which is Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Right before this main event started, Sami Zayn got into a little talking face-to-face with Drew McIntyre, who basically tells Sami, what's your deal? What's your damage? You know, keep my name and your nose out of out your mouth and your nose out of my business, and we won't have any problems. And Sami just look at him and scuffs and just goes, you in my way. And then Drew scuffs back and just let him pass. This will be more in a second. But yeah, this match was a good match. It wasn't the best of main events, and I wish they would have did more with Sami here, but it is what it is. It was okay. I enjoyed it. I mean, for what it was, I enjoyed it. I did like the little fake all Sami Zayn did, where he pretended like he was about to go over the ropes, but then just did a backflip, and then talked to Shinsuke about doing his own thing, telling him, come on! And then they just got back into a brawl. Sami Zayn had the match won. It wasn't for a distraction by Drew McIntyre, which caused Sami Zayn to get chopped in the back of the leg, and the King Shotgun to the back of the head, and Shinsuke Nakamura was your victor. The crowd was into this match more than any other. I won't say more than any other match, but more so than the previous match, which is Knight versus Ivar. Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke would beat down Sami after the match, but then Cody Rhodes came for the save, with Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn chasing off Drew and Shinsuke, and Drew at the top of the ramp yelling at Cody that he won't make it to WrestleMania to basically end the show. So, with that being said, this was a pretty good show. It was. I enjoyed it. Nothing too bad, you know. I mean, it was nothing too exciting. I mean, I enjoyed that opening match just a little bit more than I did the main event. But everything was cool. I enjoyed it. A solid 7 out of 10. Big ups. But you let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoyed my reaction, my review, you know what to do. Hit this button right there for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much and want to support the channel, all you gotta do is hit those buttons. Welcome our new tribe members, and as always, hit any one of these videos for more of my amazing content. But don't go anywhere, because I got more reactions coming your way, plus gameplay. Peace.